Hey, it's Matt Sager. Some long-awaited and really cool news from Neil Gaiman. There is officially a Sandman audio drama in the works. It's going to be an Audible-exclusive with a July 15th release date. It's going to be directed by Dirk Maggs, same guy who directed audio dramas for Anansi Boys and Good Omens. And it features a fairly star-studded cast, especially for an audio drama. Some pretty big names. Riz Ahmed is the Corinthian, Kat Dennings playing Death, Taron Egerton as Constantine, John Constantine. Neil Gaiman is going to narrate it. James McAvoy is playing Morpheus. Samantha Norton is going to be Urania Blackwell. Bebe Neuwirth as the Siamese cat. Andy Serkis. Like I said, this is star-studded. He's Matthew the Raven. Michael Sheen as Lucifer. And many additional names, including Arthur Darvill as Shakespeare, and tons more. I'll attach a link in the description. No samples have been released to date, but there's a very cool trailer available. And you can pre-order it now from Audible, either by joining, getting it for free, or purchasing it for $35. This looks to be, just like Anansi Boys and Good Omens, one of these really excellent audio adaptations, not just a sort of rinky-dink audio book. This is an audio performance. I don't know if you've ever heard the original Star Wars radio dramas, but those to me were as engrossing as the films. Certainly better than any kind of novelization or comic. You know, a real audio drama is a very rare thing these days. It's an art form that someone like me, I grew up on them, and I find them incredibly engaging. You often hear them referred to as theater of the mind, and that's very accurate. It really engages you, more so than movies, more so than comics, and more so than books. It has this effect on the brain. It conjures up, summons your own creativity. And when you hear actors working with nothing visual, just the microphone, but giving their all, putting on a real performance for an audio-only event. There's something really special about that, really unique and very rare. Gaiman gave an official statement about the Sandman project, saying, almost 30 years ago, Dirk Maggs approached DC about adapting the Sandman into audio form. It didn't happen, although it was how Dirk and I first crossed paths. And I'm glad it didn't happen because we are in a golden age of audio drama right now, and Dirk and I are much better at what we are doing. This is a rich audio adaptation of the Sandman graphic novels, brilliantly crafted by Dirk Maggs with an all-star cast. I've loved being there to talk casting, there to read the scripts and offer occasional advice, and there in the studios watching magic get made and recording the narration. I can't wait until the world hears what we've done. So the audio drama, it's not going to cover the entire Sandman saga. That would be a massive undertaking spanning several trade paperbacks, a couple of gigantic hardcovers, any number of spin-off series, characters that have formed their own universes. The audio drama is going to cover Volume 1, Preludes and Nocturnes. That's the one in which Morpheus, the King of Dreams, escapes from his imprisonment of now 70 years via an occultist who actually wanted to capture his sibling Death. It's a whole story, one best told by these actors and not best spoiled by me, but it's a fantastic story. My guess is that if you're into this kind of entertainment, Sandman is kind of something you're very familiar with. It is sort of among the most popular, beloved of our modern day mythology and lore. Brought something really special to the world of comics, helped every bit as much as books like Watchmen and The Dark Knight Returns, if not more, into legitimizing, destigmatizing, and mainstreaming comics as an art form. Sandman opened up a lot of people's eyes, and it put Neil Gaiman on the map. And ever since then, people have been trying to adapt it into one form or another. Many people have tried to make, for instance, a Sandman movie. One script was shown to Gaiman, who replied, quote, "It's not only the worst Sandman script I've ever read, but quite easily the worst script I've ever read, period." There are still talks of a Sandman Netflix series and or movie. I've heard David Goyer's name attached to that project, so that could be pretty awesome too. But again, there is nothing like an audio drama. They're very rare, very hard to come by, and often not treated very seriously. Neil Gaiman's projects have always been excellent. If you've heard of Anansi Boys, Good Omens, you know that these are very seriously treated properties, adapted fantastically into audio. And Audible's a great platform. I'm not shilling for Audible. I'm not getting any kind of commission or bonus. Got nothing to sell. I'm not looking to make Amazon another $1 trillion. You know, Jeff Bezos is currently projected to be the world's first trillionaire by 2026. That's like a one-man superpower nation. He doesn't need my help, but I am an Audible fan. As a voice actor myself, I've actually narrated a couple of Audible audiobooks, and I don't mind telling you, I'm not in danger of becoming a trillionaire anytime soon. But it is a lot of fun. Like I said, I love audio drama. Hearing it, participating in it. It is a real thrill for any actor. In many ways, more challenging than acting for the stage or screen, doing everything with your voice, leaving so much to the listener's imagination. You've got to bring a lot to the table. It's a great challenge and a very rewarding experience, both for actors and for fans who get to listen to them. I'm also, again, really not shilling for Jeff Bezos, who doesn't need it, but I'm a huge Audible fan, particularly for Kindle books with the Whisper Sync feature. The way it works is you can stop reading a Kindle book at, say, page 84, paragraph 6, and then when you're, say, taking the train or going to bed and want to listen rather than read, the Audible app or the Kindle app where you've downloaded the Audible book to the Kindle, you can simply press play and it'll say, oh, you want us to pick up where you left off, paragraph 6, page 84? You say yes, and it's a seamless reading and listening experience. It's kind of my guilty pleasure. It's one of the reasons I can never quit Amazon. I just love that too darn much. I even have the admittedly very creepy Alexa speaker just because of that feature. It's so cool. But Audible audiobooks are one thing. These audio dramas are a different animal entirely. Really exciting, something very rare in today's entertainment world. An art form that's been largely ignored and relegated to the sidelines for decades now. And when it's done right, it's exquisite. All of the Neil Gaiman Audible audio dramas I've heard to date have been spectacular. I can only imagine the standards he's going to have for Sandman, his benchmark creation, the creation that defined and propelled his career. I know that the standards he's going to hold everyone to are going to be quite immaculate. I know that only the best is going to be allowed. And I know that people are so passionate about this. The actors involved, the writers and creators and directors involved, they really love what they're doing. They're passionate about Sandman. They're going to bring their A game. So I strongly recommend you pick it up. I'll link to it in the description for this episode, and I'll review it when it comes out because, yes, I pre-ordered it myself. Also in the description for this episode, I've got links to my social media, ways in which you can donate to this podcast. And if you're checking this out on YouTube, please do like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and share it. And if you're listening on a podcast network, again, I'd love it if you subscribe there, left me reviews, interact with me any way you like. Thanks very much, and I'll talk with you soon.